everyone and welcome to Norwich, and this is the site right in the middle of Norwich City Station, a station that opened way back on the 2nd of December 1882 and lasted for passengers until 1959, and it was like seen as the most grandest station of 3 major stations in Norwich at the time. It had all the modern amenities, booking office, toilets, telephone box, it had it all. And it was such a beautiful building, the station concourse, absolutely stunning. Gonna take a walk along the former route, the former joint railway of the Great Northern and Midland Railway, and today I'm gonna go as far as Drayton Station. It was decorated with ornate ironworks. It had 4 platforms. Freight continued on for a further 10 years after passenger services were terminated, up until 1969. I believe there's even the foundations to a former engine shed a little way down this line, so let's go and have a little look. So upon leaving the platform edge that was over there and still present, we've got this on the right hand side, look. Something to do with signalling maybe. Got that brick foundation, bit of stonework just there. Let's get it out of the sunlight, there we go, see it a bit better now. Let's get you around the other side. So clearly a foundation for something, and a little bit more of what looks like a platform edge running along the River Wenson. So again, point of reference, station site all the way down there. We've just been looking at that little bit of brick section there, and immediately off to the right, look, we've got something. We've got the foundations to the former engine shed. Look at this, 2 roads, look, double track. Clearly it must have gone off that way because the brick comes to a halt at the end. Yeah, so the buffers were clearly here, look. You can see, just make them out, look, coming out of there and there. Just underneath there, and again just there. So the tracks came to an end, so the locomotives would have come in this way. We still appear to have the concrete pillar bases there running all the way along. Just forgive the wind today, it is lovely sunny weather and blue skies, but there is quite a wind, and there's the very last one there and the 2 roads in behind this mound of earth. I wonder where all this earth's come from. So if we run up there, it's just completely filled in, look, and trees growing out of it. Oh, this is really exciting, isn't it? So this is brilliant. Double track, former engine shed of Norwich City Station. There was also a nice signal box which stood immediately north of the engine shed and the foundations that we've just been looking at, but sadly, as it comes to pass, nothing remains of it, not even any trace of the ground it once stood on. As well as the station at Drayton we're going to walk as far as today, there was another station in between called Hellesdon, also opening in the same year as Norwich Station. It lasted until the 15th of September 1952 and carried on a little longer for freight till 1964, I believe it was. There's also an iron bridge, I believe, to look out for, a nice little structure just short of Hellesdon Station site today. That's the River Wensum we've just crossed over, and it has a source in Whistlingsted, I think that's how you pronounce it, and a mouth in Whistlingham, and that is going to follow us pretty much all the way along this journey. It has two independent discharge locations, Swanton Morley and Fackenham. This is Anderson's Meadow that we're walking through now. Nice little open space of greenery. So that busy road behind us, that's the A1024. It's going to take us to Upper Hellesdon if we're going to go that way. It's going to take us back to Norwich if we took it the other way. We're not going to either of them. We're going this way. So about a mile out of Norwich now, back down that way. We're coming up to a place called Milecross Marsh. That's going to be on our left hand side. And just stood looking at this ornate little sculpture. You've got to imagine going in this direction and you're just seeing the plumes of all the smoke from industry just bellowing up as you approach Norwich with your steam locomotive, adding just that little bit of atmosphere into the impending gloom of what laid ahead. Huge chemical plant over there, absolutely massive. Hellesdon Road Bridge is coming up soon, the former Hellesdon Station, and we're getting pretty close to the bridge, the Iron Bridge at Hellesdon. I'm looking forward to seeing this because I've only seen little pictures of it, but it could be quite good, you know. I'd say a minute or so down here. I am hoping to get some aerial footage at some point. I've had power lines following me the entire way so far. I've got Norwich Airport a little bit over there. I do like to show, as you might have seen from previous films, I like to show the route from above. But when it's not safe to do so, we're going to have to wait a little bit, aren't we? Hopefully, as we get more into the sticks, we can get it out and have a look from above. Now the Marriott Way, as it is known today, it was named after a gentleman called William Marriott, and he was a chief engineer for the Midland and Great Northern Railway, and he got himself 41 years service on the railway. So what a nice way to remember such a dedicated gentleman. We're at the Iron Bridge, look. So back at the River Wensum and this beautiful iron bridge which spans the river. The flow of the river is going that way, as if heading back towards Norwich. Let's have a better look at this. bridge that was. Now up to Hellesdon Road, and we've got to cross it. The track bed used to go down and under. We've got to cross it, and the former station is on the opposite side. And it's been closed since 1952 and carried on with freight till 64. Let's see if we can find any remains or even just the site of this former station. Hellesdon Station, that closed in 1952, and that was a full 7 years before the rest of the line, it got closed. And it had a waiting room, it had flower beds, there was a beautiful brick bridge just down there, and it's even a fun story, well not fun really, but an interesting story of a carrot factory. A carrot factory was built taking water from the River Wensum. The idea was to wash the carrots with the Wensum water, but of course industry, the river was very contaminated. The factory lasted a week and it was closed immediately due to contamination. There was only the one platform, what we're looking at now. So there isn't one missing from that side. There really was only a single platform to this station. So let's say goodbye to Hellesdon Station. Lovely to see that there's still a fair bit left, isn't it, to look at. Brilliant. Let's head on towards our destination of Drayton. Some slight remains of something there, look, so I wonder if there was once maybe a signal box down here. The platform end is just where them trees are, just there. So potentially it could have been, it seems to go in like a square shape, look. There, follow it round. And you can just make out there as well. And then there's nothing else. Right, let's see. This has thrown up some nice little treasures along this route, hasn't it? So Hellesdon Road Station is about half a mile behind us now. We're coming up to the River Tud. That's coming from that direction and it's going to go off into the River Tud Woods over there. I'm still in a no-fly zone. I can't put the drone up. I got it out, had a little look, and it was in fully restricted, not allowed to do it, won't take off. Even if there was a slight warning, to be honest, I wouldn't have put it up. I'm still hoping to get a bit more footage because the airport's over there. So all the flight paths are swirly-whirling around up there. Hopefully get it out a bit further up. So there's the River Tud down there. For some reason I was expecting something a little bit smaller, a bit shallower and narrower. Woods are over there. So we're going to continue on that way along the track bed. That's looking back towards Hellesdon. If you can make it out, just there. An old railway wagon, look, just off the track bed. Track bed's there. On private land, so we're not going to go over there. But So on the final straight now, it's about half a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile. It's very muddy on this section in places, so if you're gonna come cycling or walking down here, just be warned, it's completely different to the first couple of miles where it's a beautifully tidy surface and dry. It's getting a bit windy and cloudy. I hope there's no rain coming. I hope not. Right, Drayton is about half a mile down here, on a very slight gradual incline as well. A little curve just slightly to the right. The river is still down there, it's been following us all the way, and I've heard a hell of a lot of thundery aeroplanes going over, so that is why we couldn't use the drone today. So as you can see, not really much to see for the last, well, for me, about 20-25 minutes. That really long straight I was telling you about. There's the route forward. Got a bit of a curve. We are coming up to Drayton village, I hope. I'm getting a bit hungry now. We've got to go under a road. That's if the bridge is still there. It might not be. And then the site of Drayton Station is immediately afterwards. So another A-frame bridge, look like the one we saw earlier on in our walk. A bit smaller, and it's not made of iron. There's the River Wensum again down there, look, flowing in this direction. That's the view back. Almost. I knew as soon as we crossed the Wensum again, we were going to be back eventually in Drayton. Let's carry on, leave this surprise little bridge around. I thought it was actually just going to be a normal bog standard bridge. I didn't expect that. I thought it was pretty cool. Around this bend, we should be finding ourselves at the foot of Drayton Station. So at this point, clearly there's a bridge missing. Look, should have gone over there, carried on over there. So we need to find out where the route does go so we can finish off our little visit today. So again, looking at the route we just took, there's the former track bed, look. And it used to shoot off over there, look. And in fact, this is indeed Station Road. There we go. So this is Costessy Lane, and what I've got to do is deviate down here, take a left, and then get myself onto the former track bed just over there. So Station Road is over there at the top end of it, look. And we found ourselves back on the former track bed. Fort Marriott's a little way down there, and I'm going to come back in the early new year and have a bit of a wander down there, give you a bit of a rough look down there. Drayton Station originally opened as Costessy and Drayton Station in 1882. Not long later, in 1883, it was renamed Drayton Station. So you can see where the bridge used to be, and it would have gone underneath that, and the station would have been the other side. Now, in 1903, the station name reverted back to Costessy and Drayton, and I believe it stayed that way until it closed to passengers in 1959. So, I hope you've enjoyed this visit to Norfolk, Norwich, to Drayton. It's been absolutely beautiful. There's been some brilliant stuff along the way. look what awaits us for next time we come back here in the new year. Much more to look forward to. Like, subscribe, comment below, even hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. Thank you to all recent channel members. You can become one of them by hitting the members button. Take care of yourself. It's been a brilliant year, hasn't it? Bye bye.